Hi, welcome to another episode of That's the Thing Too Overture. It is episode 83, and it is Wednesday, September the 18th.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Nolan.
All right, we were talking about
Oh no.
hygiene habits.
Okay.
Because one of those
Hygiene.
Guys, look, the Washington Post said that, you don't have to take a bath every day.
Get out of here, Europe. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
that's a lie. No, take a bath every day.
No, you need to
Yep.
not be stinky.
I'm not saying, you gotta sit in the shower for, 20 minutes, but, do just a once over.
No,
and
you
you're
gotta
done.
hose yourself down every day. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yup. Gotta do something. You can't just... Oh, I think WAPO's problem is it's written by people who've never been to a convention.
Ugh.
If they'd been to one convention, they would never write that article. They'd be like,
No,
that smell hit me. That BO just hit me.
But Drew, you just spritz yourself with the microbial water, and then the good microbes eat the stinky ones, and then your problem is solved.
I
I
can't.
know this...
Go ahead.
No, I know this joke's been made, but was this article written by Asmongold?
Yes. Listen, if
Wait,
you
is that how you say his name?
It's Asmongold.
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 Yeah.
I have no idea. I also didn't know who he was until 2 months ago or whatever, when he finally said something on stream.
See, I was
The
watching
truest
him.
champion of Nurgle.
I was watching him when he was doing WoW stuff and talking about WoW stuff, and then he turned into a right wing grifter guy, and I'm like, and we're out. See, that's the pipeline that you must always be ever vigilant to.
Cognizant of, yeah.
Because it can get you. Well, I mean, not any one of us three. I'm saying.
No.
But there is
Look, all I'm saying is men eat steak. Women, they eat salad.
Video games, they've gotten real bad nowadays. I wonder why. And then your image is just
Not like Revengeance that didn't have any politics in it.
No, what was that? That was like an old Dan Reichert thing where he didn't think of the political thing of Metal Gear Solid, and everyone was freaking out. What are you doing?
Yeah, but Dan Riker also does bits.
That's
so
true.
it's you can't actually trust any of those. There's just legitimate people out there though who say that, and then you point it out, and then they just say, "Yeah, but there's no LGBTQ people in it."
But I mean, that's what I mean, Paul. No, but you gotta be
Except,
ever vigilant.
They
Because
use
the
slurs instead of.
because they're always sneaking in. I talk about, because as someone who likes watching content about Magic the Gathering and Warhammer.
Oh yeah, you're walking the line.
No, sometimes you'll see in the recommends, you'll see oh, fun commander deck, fun, great. The Wizards of the Coast has gone woke, and you gotta click do not recommend that one. Do not recommend that.
Do not recommend channel.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out. No, we don't want that.
Man, what is it with right-wing grifters just so desperately wanting to say the N-word? That's all it is. It woke now. It used to be urban. It used to be street. They just so badly want to be allowed to say the N-word.
Well, because it solves all the problems. You have the population that's responsible for all the problems, and then once you can say the fabled word, then you're good to go.
Then suddenly you're not part of the population. That's the problem.
It's also the commander philosophy of not last, which is really big in society. Where if there's if there's a big underclass, then you can be like, haha, I'm doing just fine, even though you're also the underclass and you're not looking at the real problem.
I think we've all read To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
I think we've all read it, but not everyone understood it.
Oh, that's different.
Listen, it's just Scout's just telling us how Jim broke his arm. What?
Yeah.
What else is there? What else could possibly be in To Kill a Mockingbird?
What do you mean read closer? No, that's exactly what happened.
Well, listen, he was found guilty by a jury of his peers. The law worked.
Yeah.
The system worked, gang.
What do you mean context clues? No, I'm just going to read the words and that's it.
Yeah.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how we know we're on it. But yeah, you should take showers.
The curtains were yellow. The curtains were yellow.
I had two about also in showers when I was a kid. I used to take 2 long baths, and I would get pruny because I would just be like, ah.
And also, that's a neurological response.
Real?
People with paralysis, people with paralysis or nerve damage, their hands don't prune.
Huh.
Oh. Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Sounds like bullshit, but I believe it.
Yeah, it's one of those weird as hell things. Human body is a mistake.
That's weird ass shit.
Yeah, you gotta prune up so you get more surface area, like a gecko.
Yeah.
Yeah, why can't we climb on walls like Spider-Man?
Because a radioactive spider hasn't bitten you.
I'd love to climb on walls like a Spider-Man. I'd love any superpower, even though I'd immediately get real bad. I'd have like a real great 4 hours before my villain arc begins.
Before someone slides you just in some way, and you're like, well, I guess this is here I go.
I'm saying it'd get real bad real fast. It's one of those where I'm like, oh man, this is great, and then it's like, oh, I can't control myself. Yo, I'm gonna start stealing. I'm gonna be a villain real bad. Also, you always have to remember that if you have like a superpower or a stand, then you have to assume that other people do as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to start going into sadly, you got to go into like the lab and start working this out.
Just remember, it's fine to steal. Just steal from banks and like money companies because they're insured.
Don't steal from the people.
Yeah.
No, that's actual villain tier. See, I'm morally gray. I'm a morally gray character.
Kevin is stealing the new commander packs and.
But only from like Walmart. You don't do from like the local game store.
No, yeah, exactly.
No, you're going to that. You can't steal.
He's stealing a whole truck of Games Workshop models.
Yeah, to never paint and be like, hell. I'm not painting that garbage. I'll just watch a play on tabletop video, and that'll scratch the itch.
Just imagine Kevin the next day breaking them all back, be like, "I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna do something with these, and we both know I'm not.
Yeah,
here you go.
It ain't happening."
The store owner's like, "No, I've already written these off on insurance. I've already gotten paid for these. You keep them."
No, then I have to go and. Oh, but then what if I could get all the Beyblades? Can you imagine it? Can you imagine all the sick Beyblades I could have? Also,
Kevin, you could have all of the Beyblades.
Yo, I could have all the sickest. I could be the Beyblade master. Then you just gotta find people to play with, unless my superpower is like some kind of brainwashing ability where people are just compelled to Beyblade.
Oh yeah.
Which would be kind of cool.
Well, that's when you use that to win fighting game tournaments.
No, you don't cheat at like. See, that's part of the issue is like you never use your superpower to cheat at like a tournament or something because that's the whole point. You use your power to compel people to enter the tournament, and then you do it. like
so.
No, you only cheat on locals. That's it.
No, you never cheat on you never cheat in a you only cheat when it never matters or when it's life and death.
I also think you cheat if it's extremely funny. Like if you have super speed to where you can see like Street Fighter frame by frame and you use it to just DP every single time they hit a button. Well, it's just like, how's he doing this?
No, he's doing it.
This is impossible.
Well, that's part of my like philosophy of like ending sports by like being like a Superman, and then you just say, I'm now the running back of like the Tennessee Titans. I'm just gonna take the football and walk down the field. You cannot stop me. The game is over. Yeah.
Doing 3-pointers from full court.
Yeah,
the whole game.
Game's broken. You're gonna.
It wasn't a joke. It was like. Yeah, Yamcha just playing baseball seems insane because of how powerful he is.
Oh yeah.
Yep. He is such a like low effort guy of just. And I say that after he's done all this tremendous training in his youth, but now he's just coasting. He's just like, nah, this is. No. Do you know how slow this baseball is moving?
Yo, I had to fight the Cybermen. Those guys were fast. You don't know.
Look, I'm just going to be the greatest baseball player in the history of the world.
Yeah.
None of you guys have a power level equivalent to Raditz.
Yeah.
It's over.
The idea that like Yamcha is like, I think like a power level of 800 and normal humans are 5.
Oh yeah,
is insane.
Well, like Goku at the end of.
I think a pro athlete might be a 6.
Okay, I'll give a pro athlete a 10.
Yeah, like even pushing it. Yeah, I'll agree.
They're up. They could do something.
And the real problem though is like, even him not batting, even if he's only fielding,
he can fly.
The other team can't score.
Ever.
It doesn't matter if he pitches it and they bunt. He will catch the ball before it hits the ground.
It's over.
Yamcha should just be perfect scores the whole way.
Yeah. This made me so pissed the Yankees just keep winning because one guy is so fast, he catches every ball.
Yeah.
Baseball would just become a joke at that point.
That's what I'm saying. If you have a superpowered society, all sports is over because you can never have like a fair competition ever again. Because you would always say like if your football match or whatever, like oh yeah, that was real convenient how they did their 1 in a million goal. It's not like they had a psychic in the stands like pushing it in.
Yep. That's why Hercule's the only sane, like he's the sanest character of, no, I have to discredit and debunk all of this, otherwise my livelihood is ruined.
How demoralizing would it be if you're like a karate man, and then there's like Goku?
Yeah, you've spent your whole life, and you're superhuman. You can like, he jumps off a building and lives. He sprains an ankle, but he lives. He survived getting hit by Cell.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
No, I'd be dead. Like in Dragon Ball terms, like Mr. Satan would have made it to like top 8.
Yeah.
He's probably
like an 11 out of 10. If pro athletes are 10s, he's an 11.
I'd say
turns out people go to 20.
Like of the first Budokai we saw, like Mr. Satan could probably be anyone that is not Krillin, Goku, or Master Roshi.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Satan takes the entire field that is not Krillin, Goku, or Master Roshi in the Budokai we watched.
Yep. And honestly, the first Dragon Ball, worth pointing out, Roshi is not polished. Roshi polishes up for the subsequent Budokai tournaments to make sure he's still, like, a competitor.
Mr. Satan might even get a hit in or two on Krillin and Goku.
Yeah.
Like, they might have to work a little bit.
Uh-huh. But yeah, he can't leave after images.
Hold on, I think if Mr. Satan is smart and he tricks Krillin, he might win.
But Krillin's the tricky one!
No, he would trick Goku. He would not trick Krillin.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Goku would fall, because Goku would fall for, like, getting out the ring or something. Krillin would not fall. But I'm saying, Mr. Satan, he's just born in the wrong era.
Yep.
He's born in a time where there's literal gods just showing up.
Yep. He's like those old timers in Jujutsu Kaisen, just like looking at young Gojo.
And they're like, oh fuck no.
Or like people buying the
I don't
Marvel
want this
versus
heat.
people buying the Marvel versus Capcom collection and facing the Wazzler.
With the Wazzler?
Putting the fund and refund.
Children, run, please.
Yo, did you see the clip? Did you see the clip where he's Zangief?
Yes.
He just does the install super, and they just jump heavy punch. Jump heavy punch. Guile can't deal with it.
Justin, and if you're not knowing, Justin Wong, one of the top Marvel vs. Capcom 2 players ever.
He is the number one.
Just going online and wrecking fools.
No.
He
bought the Switch version just to go on Nintendo online to wreck people.
Oh, he bought it on like every platform so he could be number one ranked on all platforms of Marvel 2.
You're not safe from the Wazzler anywhere.
The Wazzler will get you.
He will come to your local.
It's really good.
It's so good.
It reminds me of my second favorite fighting game video of all time, which is also Justin Wong.
You gotta learn.
You gotta learn.
Yeah.
You gotta learn.
You learned it today. Welcome to the real world. Drew knows my favorite fighting game video of all time.
I love Justin because he seems like just a nice guy, whatever. Like,
oh, he is, yeah.
As soon as he starts playing, he does not care. He is playing for his enjoyment and his enjoyment alone.
Like I watched him do stuff for like the Sajam Slam and him going on like the VTuber streams and like tutoring them, and he was nice. He's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
Just he's one of those like the football player or the hockey player where outside the ring it's fine, but once you're in the ring, it's over.
It's where it kicks
they're like
in.
they're the most dangerous ones. Like, the only thing separating me on the court and off the court is society. Otherwise, I would be leading a roving gang of mercenaries, taking your rice every season.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it. But yeah, I've been enjoying that. I've been in.
Oh yeah, special shout outs to Rico Suave and Sanford Kelly.
One of the
The
best.
salt maker.
Although my favorite fighting game video is the one Drew.
Oh, is that not it?
No. My favorite. It's not the best, but it's my favorite. It's the one Drew showed me about that guy playing Rising Thunder, quitting the game, uninstalling it, and then going into World of Warcraft to complain. That is my favorite one because I've never seen a man so mentally broken in my entire life.
Oh my god, I had forgotten. He's just completely destroyed.
It's just done. And the guy, like, it's not even, he's just getting, like, Hadoukened. He's like,
Yeah, it's like Ryu level 2 of just throw him a Hadouken and I show Ryukin when you jump over it.
And then he's just doing that, and the guy get beat by it, like, uninstalls the game while just mauling and just complaining. It's my favorite. Because it's the fact he logs into World of Warcraft, which means he goes to his, like, safe place.
And he's still just fuming.
Oh, he's fuming.
The whole time.
He's, like, fuming for, like, 20 minutes straight.
Oh,
it's great. That's my favorite. My absolute favorite.
I had forgotten.
I think about that video every so often. Speaking of videos, tell me about like the movies and stuff you're talking about.
So
you want to start with In a Violent Nature, Nolan?
Yes, but I recently also watched not only In a Violent Nature but also Late Night with the Devil.
I don't want to talk about that one because I wanted to see that movie and then they put AI garbage in it after it premiered at South by Southwest. So they got community word of mouth, and then they snuck the AI crap into it, and fuck them.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
I saw that. I saw that. I'm like, is that AI?
yeah,
the classic of we release our preview build with no microtransactions, and then once it hits
Yeah.
release, the microtransaction shop shows up.
It's okay. Late Night at the Devil is all right. Wouldn't recommend, honestly.
Yeah.
But on a violent nature. Oh, I like that.
Yep,
I like the
just-
concept of this movie.
So for those unfamiliar,
I am unfamiliar.
it was released on this past Friday, the 13th, and it's basically a Jason movie, but we hang out with Jason for the whole movie. The camera sticks with him. It does not care about the campers unless Jason is murdering the campers or
Oh, so it's
stalking
like the
them.
one where like what we actually want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just watching Jason walk around in the beautiful woods, slowly approach someone to murder them.
Yep. Or just like standing outside and listening in. That's the real thing. Is like, oh, this guy actually listens and understands, and there's no reason Jason couldn't also do that. I think that's what my favorite part of the movie is. It recontextualizes Jason movies.
Yes.
Well, it's the scene, like one of the more famous scenes in the hit movie Jurassic Park is when the raptors unlock the door, because the monster showing that it's smart causes way more scary.
Yep.
It's also that one scene in like Hunter x Hunter where the Chimera ant was reading a book about war.
Peggy, I love Peggy.
And I was
Peggy's
like,
the best.
and I was like, oh, that's
Peggy
a
gone too
problem.
soon.
That's
Yeah,
a
no, I
big
remember
problem.
You said that out loud when it happened. You did not like Peggy reading the book.
Well, because that's a problem when your monster is reading a book about human war and going, learning some stuff here. It's like, ooh, it gives me the chills.
So now, the movie is not all just following him into the woods. There are moments where he's essentially stalking a group of campers who took something from him.
Yeah, his mom's amulet.
Yeah, and you're just listening to him listen from like the distance as they're explaining exposition.
Oh, well, no, that's good. You gotta have some, like, plot.
And you essentially learn that this is the second or third movie.
Yeah,
that's
I
going on
really
right
like
now.
that.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
really like.
I love that.
Yeah. That's such a good moment, and especially that. It's some parts of this movie, it feels more like a graduate thesis film with a larger budget, but not that big of a budget, than an actual movie where it's just like, nah, this is my gimmick, and I explored the gimmick to its fullest. But it's a good gimmick.
It's a very good gimmick. I like the idea of like just you're essentially seeing the track he's going to at all times. You know where he's going to, back and forth.
Yeah, I like the nice editing where it'll have him walking in a field, and like it'll show him for like 5 seconds walking in the field, and then it'll just do a cut, and he's clearly in the same field, but he's further in. So that way, like, we're following him walking the whole time, but they're not wasting our time by showing him walk the entire distance.
Yeah, you're not getting
he's walking to the forest, and you see like day is getting later, and like the sun's going down further and further because it keeps getting darker.
Yeah, like we do some cuts to show like time is passing.
Yeah.
You don't need to see him walk 3 miles in real time.
What is your favorite kill, Nolan?
If I'm going to be honest,
not do a spoiler, but
that's not a spoiler. Just whatever.
Either the yoga girl or the guy that pops up and surprises him. That's a really good one.
Yes. I really like the because that's But yeah, I don't know. The yoga girl entered a little too much into like Mortal Kombat ridiculousness.
No, I love that it was Mortal Kombat ridiculousness.
But that's
It
part
was
of.
so
You
dumb.
need
It was
part
so
of that
stupid.
for the full, like, if you're having the Jason experience and you want the full breadth, you need to have a Mortal Kombat fatality or two in there.
If you want to see it, it's probably the kill that's shown the most.
Is the yoga?
Yeah, is the yoga girl.
Yeah. I
But
also
it's also the way he dumps the body, where he's just, oh well.
I like in terms of like, oh, she's not gonna reach the water, and then sure enough, she does it. I just can't imagine him at the top being like, oh, she didn't reach the water.
Exactly. Oh man, that really cracked me up.
So something else I like about this movie is they had shot a significant portion of it. Like I don't like it wasn't like more than half, but you know they had started and shot a chunk, and then they're just like, our Johnny's not working, or maybe he had something else he had to leave or whatever. But they got a new Jason. You know, I think his name's Johnny in the movie.
It's just say it's Jason.
Yeah, they got a new Jason. And they liked him so much more than the old one that they went back and reshot all the previous footage they'd already done.
Good.
Man,
Because he had better physicality for it.
he has such good physicality. Oh my gosh.
That's what you want to see.
Like, just the way his movement and his stalking is just, it's perfect.
Man, the shot where he just walks around the house after like triggering the truck horn.
Yeah.
Because he's still just walking, but now he's like, nope, I got to pick up the pace a little bit. Like,
Getting closer. All right, now I'm behind him. Ah.
oh,
The countdown to the swapping off the gun is so good.
That one was so obvious. You're like, oh, he's awake, isn't he?
Yes.
Of course he is. I think my biggest complaint, as minor it is whenever he has the decapitated body and he throws it into the glass so he can get his fireman's helmet or miner's helmet or whatever it is. And it's just such clearly like a fake body. Like all the other dead bodies are pretty good in the movie, but this one is just so like painfully apparently.
It's so obvious it has like no weight to it.
Yeah.
While he's dragging it.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, I agree. I also was like, please throw the body through the window.
I know. I was like, and then I thought about it because he smashes it open with the head, and then he pulls the head back and then throws the head in. Like it's not one thing, and I was like, I wonder they must have smashed the glass, had him stand still, and then throw the head, and then keep throwing the head until they got it to land and roll like they wanted it to.
Oh, definitely.
I just feel like it's one of those the YouTube of like, how do I make this incredible trick shot? I shoot it 1,000,000 times, and then I only post the one time I made it.
There's also a lot of good cuts between when it's the actor and then when they replace it with the body double to do like gore.
Yep.
Very good. Very minimum. Yep. You barely notice it.
Hidden.
Oh. Honestly, I can't wait to. Also, the last little bit where Final Girl made the best decision I've ever seen.
That was so good. So
correct.
So we have been told that he's gonna keep hunting and stalking them no matter what. But when Final Girl becomes the Final Girl, she just sets down the trap stuff they had, puts the necklace around part of it, and just runs.
Oh, that's smart.
She sees Final Boy getting just brutalized. She's like, nope.
It's like, dear go. I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah, peace out.
How do you feel about the bear story? Why do you think we are told the bear story?
I think we're told the bear story because I wanted to be like, oh well, obviously it was him, but I'm like, that might not be a possibility as well. It might just be someone talking about just being violent. in the woods.
Yeah, I don't think it was him. I think it was a case of like it was a bear, and the point being, animals will just go like berserk and violent.
And that's what Johnny
But
is right now. Is just an animal.
I would argue he's not.
I would say he is more, but he is.
He gets the necklace back and he stops.
Yeah, he seems clearly provoked here.
Like it's one of those. I think that's the point of the bear story, is to say Johnny is not an animal. He is still a human, a bizarre, horrid monster, but still not an animal.
He still loves his toy cars.
Yep. Oh, that scene was.
That was a very good scene. I love that.
Yeah, they should have given him a Beyblade. I'm saying. Think about it.
Dude, Johnny would love a Beyblade.
Oh, he'd love it.
Yep.
Let it rip. So it sounds like a good movie.
That's a strong,
fantastic movie. Highly recommend. It's on AMC Plus.
Yep. Or Shudder.
Shudder, yeah, because it's a Shudder original, I think.
Yeah, they produced it, and it went to theaters for a bit.
Yeah, you can throw out a horror movie in the theaters.
I'm putting that on the Halloween playlist now.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think it is definitely one of the best Friday the 13th movies.
Hands down.
Yeah. I think another thing that adds to that like grad school feel is it's shot in full screen. Like it's a 4:3 aspect ratio, and it's
good.
Like, okay, I get it. I'm supposed to feel claustrophobic, but also like,
no, that's not the times.
So like in my head, I'm also like looking at every scene he's in, and I'm like, here's how it would be shot if this was a normal horror movie.
Uh-huh.
You would move away. It'd be like someone moves away, and then he's still there, and you hear that hard ding.
Yeah.
But also, there's none of that in there. There's no that loud noise to get people to jump in it, but it's still just terrifying.
There's some moments where it's just the anticipation is building, and you hate it so much.
Oh, I love that. I love feeling like that. Oh.
And there's a lot of the like horror and dread equivalent of Three's Company, of like him walking into a room while someone walks out of a room, and you're just like, oh no, they're gonna come back, and then it's like by the time they get back, he's walked in somewhere other part of the house. It's like, oh god.
Oh, that's the good creepy, or it's like not even good. It's not even like paranormal. It's just like I walked in and walked out.
Yeah, there's a.
I didn't bring it up, but the stoner girl.
Yeah.
Her kill I enjoyed just because it's so tense. There's just nothing happening while you're watching her kind of die.
I like that one because like that one's tied to the yoga where he sees them as like a couple across the lake, and he like stabs it, like hits his hatchet into the stump. And then, like, later in the movie, he has to come back and get his hatchet.
The hatchet? Yeah, I remember that.
He's like...
He's always going back to get his tools.
It doesn't show that walk back, it just cuts back to the hatchet and shows him pulling it out. It's like, oh yeah, he had to walk all the way around the lake to get this.
Oh. Just like all of us, he just forgets his stuff. You gotta go back and get the mail key.
Exactly. Huge recommend. Definitely watch it. The other thing I watched was Dinner in America. I don't know if have you guys seen it?
I've heard of this.
Yeah.
Didn't Red Letter Media talk about Dinner in America?
I think they did. I passed it up because I wasn't thinking about it, and then Nikki's like, "Hey, here's this really cool film I keep seeing." I'm like, "Okay, let's watch it." Fantastic. Amazing. There's so much chaos, and I can't even explain it. It's so great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
essentially it's the story of this kind of punk rock guy who is just angry at the world and everything. He's horrible. He's an utter dick to anyone he sees. and it's just a nightmare to be around. And the other protagonist is like maybe the sweetest, like nicest girl ever, and it's just them interacting. Oh my god, it's fantastic. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil any part of it, but it's so good. Please go see it.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
I like from what I remember. It's one of those. I wouldn't want to say Tarantino, but kind of like two people meet at a bar or a dark diner, and then things get real bad real fast.
No, it's more like
You're thinking.
it's more like just two people run into each other through circumstance and are helping each other out. But as they're like going through all their stuff, they're helping each other in different ways. Like the guy's chaos kind of bleeds into the girl, and the girl's like niceness bleeds into him. And they slowly discover they have like other things that keep them together, that tie them together interest wise. Oh, it's
A real boy meets girl.
It's boy meets girl, but then also boy is a psychopath.
Boy is like a punk rock guy, but like the real kind who's like constantly doing drugs and bad things.
He's
punk rock, self-destructive.
Yeah.
He is super self-destructive, but the center point is like you learn their stuff with both their family lives, how they interact with the world, and how they express themselves through music.
So
it's like the big point of it.
I don't know how else to say, but it's like a slice of life drama.
Yeah.
It's like not big world ending or like, crazy cross country tour. It's just like, no, this is our lives and they kind of suck and we're navigating them.
If I would like point to something, it feels more like a Ghost World or
Nightbreed.
No, probably not that. Or like I'd have to find the movie. I can't remember the name of it.
Would you say?
I hate to say, but my brain just keeps saying 500 Days of Summer, and I know that's not useful at all. But it's just like, oh, yeah, it's like 500 Days of Summer.
So similar. It's close to it though.
Like I looked, and the movie premiered at Sundance, and the premise, I'm like, this has to have like 500 Days of Summer flavor.
Yes, like I didn't want to say that exactly, but it's a little bit of that flavor. It's on Hulu. It's very good. But yeah, that's really the. Well, I've had COVID, so those are the two. I've just been watching movies all day.
Yeah, that sucks. We watched.
Sorry. Yeah, did you watch Speak No Evil?
Yeah, we watched Speak No Evil. James McAvoy is Kelsey's hunk of choice.
I don't know who these people are.
James McAvoy's young Professor X.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I know.
Yeah, he's Guy from Wanted.
Or the Beast from Split.
Yeah, and Glass.
And Glass.
We have watched those as well as we've had like a little James McAvoy marathon going on in preparation, or was it after Speak No Evil? One of the two. But Speak No Evil is pretty good. It's based on Norwegian film of the same thing. It's an American couple visiting in Italy, meet this other couple, and they make friends. And then when they go visit them at their farmhouse, things aren't maybe what they seem.
I watched Eye Patch Wolf, I think, talk about this one.
Yeah. And like I say, there's a Scandinavian, Norwegian, one of those countries made this. And I like the last one of those I saw. Granted, it was the source one. Is it Goodnight Mommy or something? And this one has James McAvoy in it, and he's always a delight. So even if the movie itself was bad, I was like, well, at least he'll be good, and there should be a good idea that I can see through the Americanization ruining it. But it was It delivered it. It's it's got some Your Next vibes in it if we're comparing movies, and Your Next is a banger if you've never seen it.
Ooh.
So I would recommend see it for $5 or wait for it to come and Netflix it, or whatever your personal queue of choice is. I like it takes it a while for the movie for everything to unravel. It does really good job of like the couple being like, oh, there's clearly something wrong here, but we can provide just enough excuses to get leniency.
I'm gonna
And
ask a vague spoiler.
yeah.
Uh, in the American one, do they say "because you let me" at the
Yeah.
end?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they
because I
do.
thought that was the coolest part. Hearing about it was like that was it.
Ooh.
It was just because you let me.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, ooh, oh no. Nolan, how was Space Marine the second?
It's good. I don't know. The story's fun. The graphics look nice. There's just something about the combat that just I feel like I'm bouncing off of.
I went because I've watched a lot of it, and despite being Warhammer pilled, I did not get Space Marine 2 because it looks like a lot of the good stuff is that it's like multiplayer co-op modes, and right now that game for me is the World of Warcraft, so I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
And I watched the story. Also, there should have been Necrons.
Also,
in
it's
that.
woke.
Yeah, it's very woke.
Yeah.
It's
If they're all came from this one Primarch, how come this one's black and this one's Chinese?
Oh, they don't even know.
They don't know. As soon as they ask that question that they don't know, I'm like, all right, not a real fan. I can ignore you.
Yeah, they don't know what the up was that.
I saw the tweet this week of like, wait till they learn the Emperor of Mankind isn't a white guy.
Yeah, he's not.
No, he's not white.
Yeah, he's like a gestalt of all humanity, which means he's kind of like brown. That's what you'd be if you gestalted all humanity. You'd get that. You'd get a bronzed Adonis man who's like 20 feet tall and full and glowing.
Dude, they're so... Listen, we've already said it before. Grifters are just too stupid.
Yeah, they're grifting.
100%.
They grifting. Tokyo grift.
But yeah, Kevin, take your time with Space Marine 2.
Yeah, it's not.
Get it when you feel like it. Honestly,
it's not on my peak. Also, from watching the story, I think there should have been Necrons in that game.
They either should be or they should be coming.
Because like they go into like a Necron tomb world.
And I'm like, oh, cool. Are they going to wake up and we're going to have to fight them next? And then, no, on to the final battle. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever.
There are Necrons in Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, they're well, I wish. That would have been cool.
They've been sick.
There's Infernus. They're kind of the same thing.
No, they're just zombies.
Are Necrons psychic?
No, they're robots.
Oh, they're the Borg.
Yeah, they are. Well, no, well, kinda. Necrons don't really have a hive mind. They're just a bunch of like ancient space skeletons from beyond time in the beginning. Now they're waking up.
And what, their cybernetics are keeping them alive?
Yeah. But they're like, there's a part in one of the Necron books where like the robot...
By Dan Abnett?
No. Some other guy. I can't remember. But there's a specific part...
Andy Lanning?
No, not Andy Lanning. But he's in water and he has a panic attack because he thinks he's drowning, and then he realizes he's a robot and has never been breathing, and then continues to have a panic attack.
Yeah, some of them are like, oh, I'm still just like, flesh and blood, like normal, right?
Yeah.
Until they take a shot. And they got the Soma experience.
Yeah. Oh, they're constantly having various degrees of the Soma experience. There's like the flesh people who like steal flesh and put it on themselves to try to like fix it.
Reclaim their humanity.
Yeah. It's not working out too great.
No.
I think that would be a terrifying thing of so much of your existence is run by automation that you only snap to consciousness occasionally, and then you're like, oh my god, what am I doing? What am I?
Yeah, that's like every day in Warhammer. That's what a servitor is.
Warhammer is like super cool and it has a bunch of cool concepts and it's awesome. But the fan base kind of sucks a lot. So like, there's your yin and yang.
Yeah, it's because it's just unfortunately a lot of the cool stuff also is just like fascist overtones because it's political satire.
Well, it's people that it's people that don't get the Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of not getting that Fight Club is not a cool. It's not cool, guys.
Not understanding that American Psycho is not something you want to be.
It's a comedy.
Yeah. Has media literacy just changed in like the last?
No, I think it's always been kind of bad.
It's always been bad, but now there's just you hear other people talk more.
Yeah, like social media has informed you about what your neighbors think, basically. Where before you would just like wave hello,
assume they were like you,
or like it's before you'd wave and then you'd maybe say like, oh, it's nice weather today, and they'd say yep, and then you'd kind of go about your day without knowing that their intimate, personal, like political and socio-economic beliefs being brought.
Only for them to tell you about cats and dogs being eaten.
Exactly.
Like the worst thing would be if they asked to borrow your lawnmower, and then you're like, okay, now I have to make sure I get my lawnmower back.
Or they invited us to the barbecue last week. We're probably gonna have to invite them to a barbecue next month.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about nothing, and it'll be fine. But now it's like, nah, you're getting in there.
We'll talk about the sports, and that's it.
Or something along that lines. It's either sports or if you're here's my new sound system. Like here's my record player and my new speakers or cars.
Or you talk about like the movie. Because people would only like because we have got to the point where like none of the movies you guys talk about I have seen, and I will probably not see them. Because
that's the problem. It's one of those like, oh, that sounds neat. It'll go in the queue, and I'm never gonna watch it.
Hey, I'm never gonna watch those movies. I'll be real. Yo, I still I have fallen off of Legend of the Galactic Heroes, a show I think is incredible because I'm playing World of Warcraft at the moment. That's like eating up my time. Also, Street Fighter is never. Street Fighter has actually gotten more so. I have gone into the lab.
Yeah, no. Oh, what? Tell us about your lab time, Kevin.
Okay, so like in the lab time, on days when I am playing World of Warcraft, I try to do 30 to 45 minutes of Street Fighter lab, and the things I work on are they have like a default thing where it's just it'll either sweep and try to throw
practice. Yep.
I do that. I have it set on like random blocks, and I practice doing like low medium kick into for Luke you go low medium kick into, if they block it then you go into light sandblast, but if it hits then you can just use the target combo into heavy punch, which you do like a low medium kick heavy punch, and that puts you at like a 1 frame of advantage, which allows you to do the throw mix up, which is very satisfying because you just throw them after that. And I practice that.
So you're working on hit confirms.
Yeah, I'm working on just doing like light into special move, like crouching jab. Like, and I've been able to do it more. Doing a little bit of drive rush combo.
Then you work on hit confirming the light.
Yeah. So
And then, do you know the secret to hit confirms?
you gotta listen to it. It's sound.
It's that, but it's also look at their health bar or their super or their drive gauge, and because those will automatically change, and you don't have to look for visual cue in the character. You just say, "Oh, okay, their health went down. I hit them."
Yeah, so I'm not doing like the big combos. I try to do it to get my hands so that they do the things.
Yeah, get that muscle memory.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Get that special grade curse technique embedded in your flesh.
Yeah, you need it. But it's going okay. I'm looking forward to Terry, I think next week.
Yeah, he comes out next week.
Gonna be excited, gonna be playing that. I'll probably need to buy the season 2 pass this week.
Yeah, I've been debating if I want to buy it or just buy Terry. Because I bought the season 1 character pass, and then like, I'm not playing any of those
Because
characters.
like Bison is a character I probably would play, and I'd be interested in touching Mai, ha 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 ha. But like playing Mai a little bit and Elena, like that's okay.
Yeah, Elena's actually I'm interested in.
Like there's Terry, and then everyone else there seems like a character I would like play for a little bit. Where like I'm not gonna play, like I think Lucas. I mean, not Luke. Ed is cool, but that is not the kind of character for me.
I would be playing Ed if I could devote more time to the game. But Balatro is doing to me what Street Fighter is doing to you.
Yeah, or you mean World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
That's the game that eats up the free time is playing WoW, because WoW is actually good right now. Like my guild is good and WoW is good, and I'm enjoying myself. It's gotten me to start drawing again. I draw a lot more. I don't post it on Twitter, but like, oh man, I've been making memes.
Are you posting them on Tumblr? You post them anywhere?
I post them on my the ones. There's like my Rayola WoW Tumblr, which is where I put my Warcraft drawings. Because that's supposed
Ravioli
to be,
WoW, got it.
It's supposed to be my characters in character drawings. Which so I link people whenever I draw them, or when I just draw something that's like something in World of Warcraft. And I've been doing that. That's what got me to draw the Warhammer comic, and then have to post the correction where people were saying like, "Oh, did you go on a date?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, this is not based on a current real event.
This is just a goof, guys.
This is a goof.
Look, Evan, you never know. There are a few women that are interested in Warhammer.
I mean, yeah, but they'd be repulsed.
And you want to
by
stay
my other
away
stuff.
from those women.
No, you want to get
They're
in on
no
those.
good.
That's a keeper. If you tell your lady about the Imperium of Mankind, and she says that the corpse emperor must burn, and you're like, oh man, she knows what's up. She knows what's up.
You know, it's just as good as that is if you tell your lady about the lore for Warhammer, and she's like, "Oh, okay," and then ignores you, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's pretty good too. That's
or if you talk about 6 Street Fighter technology and they just glaze over while you're talking about it.
If she nods her head and says, "Good for you," you're in.
Because that means she's read, she's made peace with it and is not leaving.
Yes, exactly.
This is your garbage.
See, my issue is it's all that garbage. That's all you find. You're digging down and you're like, what? It's just trash.
Well, there's got to be something else here, right?
But no.
Well, that's the secret for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's just garbage. It's just whether it's this socially acceptable and cool garbage or not.
No, it's not cool. I'm gonna make you buy a Beyblade. We're gonna battle. I'd said that like if I would think that would be funny, if there's like the dinner debate or whatever of like, oh, I don't know what the dinner, then you just put down the Bay Stadium and say, all right. This is how we're deciding it.
Loser picks dinner.
All right, spaghetti is on Drake's sword. Tronzer has Chinese food. That's how it's going.
Come on, Dronzer!
If you want to customize Dronzer, because you're feeling more like Chinese, go ahead. But I mean, that's what's happening.
Don't let it rip.
We're letting it rip. First to 3. Let's go. Yeah, see, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's my approved way. I think Terry looks cool. I'm excited to play around with it. I'm glad he has like a target combo side switch nonsense. The line system, it's back.
It's just Yoga Tower.
Hell yeah. Yoga Tower is a cool move.
Yeah. Dalsim does not have it anymore.
It's stupid, but it's a cool move. Alright. I think we're done.
I think so.
Enjoy your weeks. Bye.
Yep, you too.
Farewell.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Feel better, Nolan.